Welcome on the news. In our first story, 2 nearby communities lobbied that a school by government be set up in their territory. One community was more persuasive, and so the school was established in their community because they had a much bigger population. Instead of sharing the school facility, the community that lost the bid to get a school built on their land decided to boycott the nearby school and rather chose to send their children to another school, which was a good 2 hours away. Jojo Kobana delves into why the people of Japido and Tadando in the Pandai district of the northern region intermarry and trade, but cannot share a school.
Upon a time, a community called Japido in the Pandai district of the northern region welcomed a group of people who later formed another community called Tadando. The two communities lived side by side, traded, intermarried, and related so well together. There was no school in the two communities, so they decided to establish an informal school. They hired the services of a teacher to educate their children. As the number of children grew in both communities, the government decided to establish the school for the two communities. This was some good news. But it was at this point that the communities disagreed. They all wanted the school built on their land.
When the school was about being established here, Japido wanted the school to be in their land because they claimed they were here before Tadando settlers came. And when that wasn't done, they refused to bring their children to the school. I think if we meet the community elders, we may get the reasons from the horse's own mouth.
So I went to Tadando to hear their side of the story. Kajo Samuel is a community leader at Tadando.
No, I say school I ever be Tadando no. Nti mo na ye mpanyifo, mo na di kan betena aha nti mo ma kwan say, o ba di mo kura de den ade aba etana ha. Nti ti sa de mo ye den o mo mba. Ti nti na mo mba.
The people of Tadando softened their stance and said they wanted a school built in Japido, but based on the large number of children in Tadando, officials of the Ministry of Education decided to set up the school just at the boundary between the two communities.
The director work Pandai no aba frɛ mo say ti sadie. Nkan first school say Japido ni Tadando primary school. Na first school dey nsi fimfim. Nti wo say Japido ko person frɛ school say Japido primary school. Anya din nti me say adie. Nti mo first school no Japido Tadando ndi hia school asa na yere na hia e. School no wa Japido a yetar no for ebeko.
The people of Japido wanted a school built on their land because they were the first settlers, so they decided to boycott the nearby school and rather enrolled their children over 5 kilometers away. Their children walk over 10 kilometers daily to access school. The children are not happy with the situation, but they have no choice.
My parents told me I'm not going to Taranwa, I'm going to Balai, but the time in school here, in school Taranwa, the fight, and she told me to go to Balai.
You want to go to Tarando?
No.
Why?
Because of fight. The 5 o'clock you wake up and go to Balai. It's too far.
What time do you leave the house?
5 o'clock.
What time did you get to school?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
Yes.
So you are tired?
Yes.
When they born me, my parents said that we should not go there to school. That's why we are not going there.
So why are you not going to the next school?
My father told me that they were fighting, that I couldn't go to their school.
So I asked the fathers in Japido why they would punish their children by making them walk long distances when they can simply send them to Tadando. What is just 5 minutes walk?
Yam pesa yang kwaskunu dakru.
Ndokala mukura na muko school ani.
Ewo nyumbo eni balai.
Balai eho wawo.
Ewa nti mbiso ekokwanai.
Nse ahawa omunante ko.
Muko onyumbo.
Eni balai.
Eni pandai.
Nse omu bre. Be omu bre ya anyefi.
Omubebre nti omubre no obi ekira wo se nane abuya wonso ojimino fa ojimino.
Very young children therefore do not attend school because of the long distance. The children stay at home until they are old enough to walk over 10 kilometers to enjoy the right to education.
No, say Tadando, Japido, Abobeko.
Say, Baby, I'm school. No, young person school in Ginaho. Ahana ya register sa school. One, no, musi. Omo, nimpa don chain. Say, yes, sir. Na abenso eje tum say nko mo be ye bribia omo fe population say omo say omo kire sa say population omo de yade say omo don se chair te na ampa so omo dos ka senior.
One very interesting thing is that when a Japido man meets a Tadando woman and they fall in love and they eventually marry, the end product, the children, if they end up living here in Japido, all the children would have to go to Balai, that is several kilometers away, instead of just a 5 minutes walk to Tadando Primary School. It's very interesting. But after engaging them, the people are saying that they will only go to Tadando on one condition.
Ne aban ediba pataye na yenso ya ne agino nka odi Jesus ba ha na omu ba siawe na omu asesi na ya ne ahu say Jesus ebesi Japido a yebekọ.
So as it stands now, if the government delays building a school at Japido, the children would have to walk over 10 kilometers to access education. Jojo Kobna, Joy News.
From education, let's talk access to water. And the Community Water and Sanitation Authority is calling for partnership and cooperation to create the desired change for sustained water resources in the country. According to the Central Regional Director of the CWSA, the current destruction of the country's rivers and water bodies calls for a concerted effort by stakeholders to ensure effective management of water. There's more in this report.
Commemoration of the 2023 World Water Day, organized by the Department of Water and Sanitation under the School of Physical Sciences at the University of Cape Coast. The Central Regional Director of the Community Water and Sanitation Authority, Isaac Kwesi Brown, urged the government to complete the Pualugu multipurpose dam to achieve the target of resolving the perennial floods caused by spillage from the Bagri Dam in Burkina Faso. He noted that sustaining a vibrant agro-industrial drive without proper and effective application of water would be zero, hence the need to effectively manage water bodies to save the environment and lives.
I do not think that the farmers in Burkina Faso are equally water and irrigation experts. What I believe is that the country must have developed a system to form partnerships to achieve common national goals. What is your water if it does not help us feed ourselves? Ladies and gentlemen, if we do not form partnerships and speedily get involved to create the desired change to sustain our water resources, the water we are watching on to its destruction will rather destroy us. If you want to understand this statement very well, I will ask you to visit Bolgatanga when it is announced that the Bagri Dam is opened. When you get to Pualugu, you appreciate the destruction of water, the destruction water can cause. The water that is producing fresh vegetables will be destroying houses, taking away cattle, sometimes taking away human beings. My heart desire, is to see the completion of the Pualugu multipurpose dam. I think it's a very important project that has to be embarked. Is the challenge only the lack of financial resources? Maybe yes, maybe no. Perhaps we need partnerships led by the universities.
The regional manager of the Ghana Water Company Limited, Seth Eric Atiapa, said activities of the illegal miners continue to deteriorate the quality of water for consumption. The activities, he pointed out, does not only increase the cost of treatment with chemicals, but it also destroys treatment mechanical equipment, which influence costs affecting what they call the affordability ratio. He therefore called on the stakeholders to come on board to tirelessly fight and halt the activities of Galamsey.
I can say that we have to continue to fight. We don't have to relent at all. We are struggling, frankly speaking, we are struggling. A few years ago, we saw that the water quality became better, but it looks like it is becoming worse again.
For his part, the CEO of Kwa Mixture, Professor Samuel Ato Duncan, reiterated the need for a concerted effort by stakeholders for accelerated change. He said it was time stakeholders embrace partnership and cooperation to enhance protection and conservation of water bodies for survival. Professor Duncan further suggested that there should be a multi-stakeholder approach to promoting sustainable water management practices, climate change adaptation, and disaster risk. Abdallah Osman's report read to you.
Staying on the subject of water, the Production and Water Quality Manager of the Upper West Regional Office of the Ghana Water Company Limited, Cletus Dayaku, is worried about the increasing level of pollution on the Black Volta, which he says is negatively impacting the operations of the Jambusu Wa plant. He says since the commissioning of the project in 2017, the river had constantly been polluted through illegal mining, illegal logging of trees, farming, and fishing activities. Rafiq Salam now reports from Jambusu.
As part of the celebration of World Water Day, selected students drawn from 4 second cycle institutions, namely St. Francis Xavier Minor Seminary, Wa Senior High, Wa Senior High Technical, and Wa Islamic Girls Senior High Schools, had a tour of the Jambusu water production plant in the Wawas district of the Upper West region. The aim of the tour is for the selected students to learn and acquaint themselves with the various production stages of the water from the Black Volta to Wa and its surrounding communities. The 3.3 million gallons water project was commissioned in 2017 at a cost of $55 million United States dollars. The students were accompanied on the tour by officials from the Water Resources Commission, Ghana Water Company Limited, and the Community Water and Sanitation Agency. Production and Water Quality Manager of the Ghana Water Company Limited, Cletus Dayaku, expressed worry over the increasing level of pollution on the Black Volta.
2017 up to now, we did analysis, we have realized that the pollution level keep increasing. And that means that it's we, the people of Wa, and those along the river, our activities that is polluting the river. And we have realized that the activities that are most affecting the quality of the water in the river is the illegal mining activities, farming activities, fishing, and other activities that we may not be able to see. Logging is one. Once you clear the environment, now the land cover is removed. So when it rains, the water will run at a speed and therefore wash off the surface water, soil into the water, then increasing the turbidity of the water and also silting the river.
Just some few meters away, our camera captured these suspected illegal miners close to the Black Volta doing their act. Cletus Dayaku noted that once the level of pollution of the water increases, chemicals used in treating the water are also increased, resulting in the high cost of production of water from the plant.
Now they say Ghana Water Company produce clean water, distribute it. That's our mandate. We produce, transmit water to the community at an affordable price. Now if we are polluting the water bodies, our cost of production is increasing. How are we going to make it affordable for the people? That means that the cost of production will be transferred into the community. A time will come, if we don't change our attitude, if we don't accelerate the change, that we all want to see, the clean water we all want to have, if we don't institute something, change our behavior, our attitude towards the environment, towards the water bodies, a time will come that the water will not be affordable for all of us as we want it to be.
Basin head at the Blackwater Basin, Joachim Abungba noted that as part of effort to the attainment of SDG 6, which targets water for all by 2030, implore all to advocate, among other things, protection and restoration of ecosystems, since it is the surest ways of safeguarding the existence of water for use today and for prosperity.
With regards to groundwater resources, the major challenge faced is the uncontrolled drilling of boreholes and the use of unlicensed drilling companies in drilling and construction of boreholes, and hence resulting in a situation where we have some boreholes not having or producing water for people. There is also unwillingness on the part of water users in the basin to register their operations with the Water Resources Commission, which is mandated by law to regulate and manage the country's water resources. Without a proper register for water users in the basin, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to regulate their activities to the effect that it leads to an unsustainable utilization of basin water resources.
Akakpo was regional director of the Community Water and Sanitation Agency, Atukwansa, on his part, expressed concern about burying of loved ones at homes without any proper rising embankment on them.
Most importantly, if you take in our homes, a lot of people bury our loved ones indiscriminately, and we end up not putting any rising embankments on them. Years later, we misplaced the point and we drill boreholes there, and it is one of the major sources of contamination when it comes to the rural areas.
Reporting for the news, Rafik Salam, Jamboso.
Well, from education and water resources, let's talk health now. And the Techiman Municipal Director of Health, Dr. Kusi Fosuhene, has bemoaned the accelerating costs of medical and surgical supplies on healthcare services across the municipality. This, according to him, is adversely affecting general healthcare delivery in the area, as the NHIA service providers are the most affected. Anas Abid now reports.
Across the country, hospitals are facing serious challenges, particularly those providing NHIA services. Healthcare costs, which were already increasing before the COVID-19 pandemic, are now accelerating at an even faster pace, thereby affecting general healthcare delivery in the Techima municipality. Municipal Director of Health Services, Dr. Kusi Fosuhene, who was speaking at the 2023 Annual Health Review meeting, said this is adversely affecting all NHIA accredited facilities across the municipality.
Now, we all know what is happening in the country in terms of economics. And then the prices of drugs are skyrocketing by the day, due to inflation. So now it's a little difficult to keep pace with supply of drugs. So let's say what an NHI reimbursement could buy, say last year, you can't buy the same quantity of drugs this year. So it's making it a little challenging for the facilities across board, private, public and CHAG. And that is the feedback we as a health directorate we are getting from these facilities.
Dr. Fosuhene laments that there is the need for a national discussion on the need to cushion institutions that are into the importation of drugs to help address the rising cost of the commodity and in return save the various health facilities in the area.
I think what our advice is as a country probably is time we looked at it holistically and started some dialoguing on it. Can we give some amnesty to importers when it comes to consumables, drugs, as a way of mitigating the effects? It calls for, broader collaboration. Yeah.
Municipal Chief Executive for Techiman Benjamin Yaojako, on his part, admonished health professionals within the municipality to remain committed towards providing quality health care to the people.
I want to commend all of you for your commitment to duties within the year under review. We know of challenges that you are going through as health personnel. But in spite of these challenges, and the advent of COVID, the monkeypox, the polio, the rabies, we all collectively came together and then pursue our responsibility as health personnel to arrest these cases. So I want to admonish that let's continue to commit to duties without any anticipation for immediate returns.
He was, however, quick to note that government remain committed towards providing the needed support to health facilities and health professionals across the area.
The government is aware of the situation and we are constantly working to improve on our service provision and our commitment to sustain the NHIS. What is left is for you to please do your part. Let us do our part. Having said this, the Municipal Assembly, as you are all aware, is also committed to collaborate with you and even improve on our collaboration. We continue to support you with logistics to enhance access to CHIPS facilities.
The meeting also provided an opportunity for participating stakeholders to provide valuable insights into their performances as well as factors affecting their services. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Chichima.
Now, in our final story, United States Vice President Kamala Harris is in Africa for bilateral talks, and she's here with her husband, Doug Emhoff, who has been on another campaign to promote affirmative action. At a town hall meeting on Monday at the Labone Senior High School for the YOLO TV series, Mr. Emhoff said there was the need to empower women for a better future. There is more in this report put together by Jacqueline Ansomayeboa.
The sequel of the series, Things We Do for Love, You Only Live Once, popularly known as YOLO, embarked on a town hall event to create awareness on youth-related issues such as adolescent reproductive health, teenage pregnancy, COVID-19, and many more. The guest of honor, Doug Emhoff, husband of Kamala Harris, expressed his profound gratitude to the YOLO production team for such an educational series and stated that he was thrilled to know that the show addresses issues affecting women and that his main priority during his visit is to help address such issues.
So thank you to the educators, the stars, the producers for shining a light on these issues, that are so important to young people who sometimes don't feel heard, and sometimes you don't feel like anyone is looking at you and can see you. But we do see you. And second, gentlemen, I've spoken out a lot about the importance of women in leadership roles and advancing women's rights. While I'm in Ghana and throughout my travels in Africa, I'm going to be focused on reaffirming the United States' commitment to advancing rights for women and young girls all around the world.
Popular Ghanaian actor Majid Michel stated that the historic visit by Mr. Emhoff goes a long way to impact the youth to make good choices.
These people have been in leadership for over 200-300 years compared to us. How old is Ghana? Ghana is in the 60s. Compared to them, we're still adolescents. Anyone representing America that comes to this soil, America is on this soil, which is a great impact leadership. These children listening to this man speak means a lot to us because we know the impact that his words will make on these students, and that is a focus. The focus is not America. The focus is the people of Ghana and the youth in particular. We are here to not motivate, we are here to instruct them to make the right choices, to do the right things, to take fear out of them, for them to take what is theirs.
Actress Jackie Appiah also revealed that the impact of Doug Emhoff's visit has a great impact on the movie industry in Ghana.
And I'm so happy that I'm part of history because this is the first time such a dignitary is taking part in anything that has to do with movie making or filmmaking in Ghana.
Mr. Emhoff is currently on a 3-day visit to Ghana with Vice President Kamala Harris. Jacqueline Ansomayeboa's report for Joy News.